What are the areas of human living that you suspect is going to be most impacted by technology, most changed in the next 5 to 20 years?
We're really seeing a renaissance in biotechnology, and one of the first things it's going to affect, and it will continue to affect for the rest of the century, is human health. So medicine is really changing. We're already starting to see the ways that people are detecting cancer earlier and being able to do things about that, as well as new treatments. But just earlier detection is probably going to save more lives than some of the treatments that are coming online. The other thing is we're seeing more ways to grow food and feed the 2 billion extra people that we're going to have on the planet by the middle of the century. And so some of that's genetic engineering to make new crops. Some of that is new ways to process water so that we've got enough to go around. Some of that is cellular agriculture, the idea that you can have beef and a drumstick and bacon without having a cow, a chicken, or a pig involved. And so that's interesting. And then the other thing is how we're really changing production and production of materials. So anything that we manufacture, we use old industrial processes that are hard on the environment, use a lot of energy. We're starting to switch to doing things the way nature does it. And that's great because we're recycling the end products, we're using less energy, it's riding more lightly on the environment. So we're going to see more and more of that.
Okay. How do you see a change in health, in healthy food? Because we have a lot of processed food nowadays, and some people say contributes to diabetes and stuff like that. Do you see any change in mass-produced foods being healthier in the future?
I do. It's a funny world we live in. It depends where you are. Either you're not getting enough calories or you're getting too many. And really, you're on one side or the other of that equation. Almost everybody is. So we're seeing new ways of both growing food naturally, new ways of impacting food systems, new ways of integrating computer technology and sensors so that we can actually produce healthier, better food for people where they already have plenty of calories, but they're not eating the right stuff, and ways where we can produce more calories where they're needed, and those become healthier and better, and it's all better on the environment. One of the hardest things whenever humans invented agriculture, they really changed the face of the planet. Most global warming occurs as a result of agricultural and livestock activities. So finding better ways to do that is essential to moving forward through the rest of this century.
Okay, let me change track a little bit. You're a trained engineer. Would you have chosen that training if you were 20 years old today and saw the future coming up?
It's kind of funny, we now say to people, maybe the best thing is not to be all the way at the depth of some specialty and have a PhD now. Maybe the best thing is to have several different specialties. You know, what does it look like to be a triple major? But maybe you don't want to be in school that long. I sure wouldn't. So what you ought to do is pick one thing, go through the schooling, get good at that, and then add on other specialties once you're a professional. Now, that one thing, I still think engineering is fantastic. It teaches critical thought, it teaches people how to do something, and it teaches them something about the history of the technology that they're working with, so they're not just working on one little thin slice of time. They're knowing where it came from and where it's going and how to build where it's going, how to invent the future. So engineering is probably the best one degree to get, but then we're all going to be in school one way or another probably for the rest of our lives. So that's your start, and what you do with it next is the big question.